So we are discussing about galvanometer. So my dear student, the actual condition of circuit is this, in which I current is flowing and the value of I is equals to V by R. I is equals to V by R. Now what we'll do, we'll connect galvanometer as current measuring device in this circuit, my dear student, in this circuit. So let's suppose I'm connecting a galvanometer in this circuit. The circuit is having resistance R and the resistance of galvanometer is G. In this circuit we are connecting galvanometer in series because we know that galvanometer is always connected in series. So after connecting galvanometer, my dear student, in this circuit the value of resistance changes. Now the value of resistance, see in this circuit now not only one resistor is there. Along with this resistor, galvanometer is also present and we know that galvanometer also carry some resistance and I am considering the resistance of galvanometer to be G. So after connecting galvanometer in series as current measuring device, my dear student, the resistance of circuit increases and it becomes R plus G. R plus G. So if I current is flowing as both the resistor and galvanometer in series, so both acquired same current. So let's suppose I current is present on both because in series current is same. So V is equals to I R net. So I is equals to V by R net. So it is R plus G. So the value of current is I is equals to V by R plus G. Resistance increases, so value of current, dear student, decreases. Now we are concluding things, my dear student. See, the actual current which is flowing in circuit is V by R. If I am connecting galvanometer to measure the current due to its own resistance, the net resistance of circuit increases and hence the value of current which is flowing in circuit decreases and it becomes equals to V by R plus G. The actual amount of current which is flowing in circuit is V by R, but after connecting galvanometer in this circuit, net resistance increases and hence current decreases. So see, actual current is V by R. But after connecting galvanometer, the value of current changes, my dear student. It decreases. It decreases because resistance increases due to the high resistance of galvanometer. So now see, the galvanometer cannot detect current V by R. The galvanometer current detect V by R plus G. What happened actually? The actual amount of current which is flowing in circuit is V by R, but when I'll connect galvanometer in series, because galvanometer is always connected in series in any circuit, dear student. So if I am connecting galvanometer in series, the net resistance of circuit increases because galvanometer has its own high resistance. So if galvanometer is connected due to its own high resistance, my dear bacha party, the current decreases. Now the galvanometer can detect current having value V by R plus G, but the actual amount of current which is flowing in circuit is V by R. So galvanometer cannot detect the actual value of current which is flowing in circuit, which is V by R. Why? Because if you will connect galvanometer, due to its own high resistance, the value of current changes. Now the galvanometer detect current V by R plus G, not V by R, which is the actual current. If galvanometer detect V by R, then we'll say okay, galvanometer is a good current measuring device. But as the galvanometer carry its own very high resistance, if I'll connect galvanometer in this circuit, the resistance of circuit changes, or we can say the resistance of circuit increases, so current decreases. Now the galvanometer detect not V by R, which is actual current. Now the galvanometer detects V by R plus G, which is not the actual current, my dear student. So the reading what we'll get from galvanometer is wrong reading. That's why galvanometer is not used as current measuring device, because galvanometer carry its own high resistance. If you'll connect galvanometer in circuit, the net resistance of circuit increases, hence the current flowing in circuit decreases, so galvanometer cannot give accurate reading. Write down in form of note, my dear student, write down. As galvanometer has its own high resistance, as galvanometer has its own high resistance, as galvanometer has its own high resistance, galvanometer has its own high resistance. Due to that the net resistance of circuit changes. In bracket write down, resistance increases, hence galvanometer cannot gives accurate reading. Galvanometer cannot gives accurate reading. That's why galvanometer is not used as cannot use as current measuring device. So I hope you all understand, my dear student, the chapter of galvanometer. See, galvanometer is only used as current detecting device. Why it is used only as current detecting device? Because galvanometer carry its very own high resistance. If we'll connect galvanometer in circuit to measure the current, due to its own resistance, the resistance of circuit increases and hence current decreases. So the value of actual current cannot detected by galvanometer. So I hope you all understand all about galvanometer. Moving forward, now we'll discuss ammeter. So write down ammeter. Next heading is ammeter. So first thing about ammeter is an electrical device which is used to measure the current. See, galvanometer is a detecting device, but ammeter is a current measuring device. So write down first point about ammeter. Ammeter is an electric measuring device. First thing about ammeter is an electrical measuring device. Second thing is ammeter is always connected. Ammeter is always connected in series. Ammeter is always connected in series. Ammeter is always connected in series for current measuring. So first thing is ammeter is an electrical measuring device. Second thing, ammeter is always connected in series. See, my dear student, we know that now galvanometer is only a current detecting device, and galvanometer is also connected in series. Similarly, if I am talking about ammeter, so ammeter is an electrical measuring device and ammeter is always connected in series. Second thing about ammeter. Third point, which is very interesting point, my dear student, ammeter is made with galvanometer. Ammeter is made with galvanometer. Ammeter is made with galvanometer, with the help of galvanometer, with the help of galvanometer. My dear students, see, actually galvanometer is primary device because with the help of galvanometer we can made a new device called ammeter, which is basically acts as current measuring device. See, just try to understand each and everything, connect each and every part of the lecture with next part, dear student, then only you will capable to understand conceptually. See what I'll write. First point about ammeter is an electrical measuring device. Second point, ammeter is always connected in series to measure the electric current, to measure the value of electric current. Third thing is, which is very important thing and very interesting thing, it is ammeter is made with the help of galvanometer. Why? See, my dear student, actually the electrical measuring device is good if its resistance is less. Write down in form of note. This is very important point. Write down in form of note. An electric measuring device, an electrical measuring device is good if its resistance is less. If its resistance is less. This is very important point, my dear student. See, actually if there is a device which is, if we have a device which is electrical measuring device, so a good electrical measuring device is those whose resistance is less. Every electrical device carries some resistance, my dear student. Every electrical device carries some resistance. Similarly, ammeter is also an electrical device. So ammeter also carries its own resistance, but that ammeter is ideal ammeter whose resistance is less. So what we'll conclude? We'll conclude that if a device is an electrical measuring device, then its resistance must be less. And one more point is there, that ammeter is made up of galvanometer. Why you will reject galvanometer, my dear student, as current measuring device? Because galvanometer carry its own very high resistance. Due to its own very high resistance, we can, you know, we can say galvanometers not gives the accurate value. So, you know, neglect the galvanometer as current measuring device. This is basically very important concept. Try to understand this thing, then only you'll capable to understand what I'm asking about ammeter. What I'll say, we'll discuss here about ammeter. Ammeter is an electrical measuring device and ammeter is made up of galvanometer. Why you'll reject galvanometer? You'll reject galvanometer as its resistance is very high. Now I am saying that okay, with the help of galvanometer you can make ammeter. And one more point which is very important, if an electrical device is if the device is electrical measuring device, then its resistance must be very less. If the resistance of electrical measuring device is less, then that device gives you accurate reading of current. So if I am talking about ammeter, ammeter is an electrical device, my dear student. Ammeter also carry its own resistance. But if we are talking about a good ammeter, then its resistance must be less. Its resistance must be less. Then only ammeter gives you a ideal reading, or we can say a correct reading, how much current is flowing in the circuit. So see my dear student, how to make ammeter. Next part of this lecture is how to make ammeter. How to make ammeter. I'll write here as ammeter is made up of galvanometer. We can reject galvanometer due to its own resistance. See here also I am taking, write down, let the resistance of galvanometer is equals to G, which is used for making ammeter. So see, why you are rejecting galvanometer? Due to its very high resistance. If galvanometer is used as current measuring device, due to its own very high resistance, the net resistance of circuit increases and hence current flowing in the circuit decreases. So galvanometer cannot give the accurate reading. Now I am saying that with the help of galvanometer, we are making ammeter. So if I am making ammeter with the help of galvanometer, then the resistance of galvanometer must decrease by some process. Then only the ammeter gives you accurate reading, which is made with the help of galvanometer. So see my dear student, how to make ammeter. If a small value resistor called shunt, if a small value resistor called shunt is connected in parallel with galvanometer, the device which forms is called ammeter. The device which forms is called ammeter, my dear student. See what I'll say. Let's suppose we have a galvanometer of resistance G, and we know that we are talking about ammeter, and ammeter is a current measuring device. So if we are talking about current measuring device, then its resistance must be very less. And we know that if we are connect resistor in parallel, then net resistance decreases. So our task is how to make ammeter. Ammeter is made with the help of galvanometer, but we know that galvanometer carry its own very high resistance. So what we have to do? We have to decrease the resistance of galvanometer for making ammeter. So what we'll do? We'll do a simple, my dear student, very simple step. We know that if resistors are connected in parallel, then net resistance will be decreases. So what we have a galvanometer whose resistance is G, and with this galvanometer I am connecting one more resistor of small value resistance, my dear student, called shunt. I am connecting shunt with the galvanometer in parallel. See, actually shunt is basically the resistor whose resistance is very less, my dear student. It is that much less that we can neglect even the resistance of shunt as well. So we can connect shunt in parallel with galvanometer. The device which forms, my dear student, along with galvanometer, parallel resistance called shunt is called ammeter. Very simple, my dear student. This device is called ammeter. Along with galvanometer, if a resistor of very small resistance called shunt is connected in parallel, then the device which forms is called now ammeter. See, actually galvanometer is not a current measuring device. Why? Because its resistance is very high. Now I'll connect a small value resistor called shunt parallel with the galvanometer. So if you are connecting parallel combination resistor, then the net resistance of circuit decreases, my dear students. So now the net resistance of both decreases. So what we'll say, let the resistance let the resistance of shunt is equals to S, and I am connecting the shunt with in parallel with this galvanometer. Both can form what, my dear student? Ammeter. Because if now I am calculating the net resistance comes lesser than the value of shunt. Less than the value of shunt, my dear student. Remember this thing. So, how to form a ammeter? If we are connecting a small value resistor called shunt parallel to galvanometer, the device which forms is called shunt. Now, we have to find the value of shunt. So, write down value of shunt. Write down value of shunt. I hope you all understand. It's very easy to understand, my dear student. Write down value of shunt. Value of shunt. Value of shunt. Now we have to discuss about the value of shunt. Remember, shunt is very small value resistor, and this is used to made ammeter, my dear student. When you are connecting shunt in parallel with galvanometer, the device which forms is called ammeter. Now see, my dear student, very important part, that is value of shunt. So let's suppose we have a galvanometer whose resistance is G, and we have a shunt, very small value resistor, whose resistance is S. Let the resistance of shunt is equals to S. And remember this thing, the value of shunt is very small. Now see, my dear student, every galvanometer has some maximum deflection current. See, let's suppose we have a galvanometer carry a needle, and in above part there is a meter also present in which reading is there. So let's suppose I am taking this galvanometer whose resistance is G. This is the needle which shows if current is there, then needle deflect. If current is not there, then needle cannot deflect. Let's suppose I am applying some 1 ampere current in this galvanometer. Needle shows a small deflection. Let's suppose I'll apply now 2 ampere current. Needle shows some more deflection. Let's suppose now I'll apply 3 ampere current. Needle shows, my dear student, full deflection. Full deflection. So this 3 ampere current, let's suppose this galvanometer carry resistance G, and I am saying that if I am applying 3 ampere current, this galvanometer shows full deflection. So this 3 ampere is called maximum deflection current. Every galvanometer has its own maximum. See, actually ammeter, galvanometer, voltmeter, potentiometer, these devices are, my dear student, user friendly. These devices cannot have any constant value, because some galvanometer shows maximum deflection at 3 ampere. Some galvanometer shows maximum deflection, let's suppose, at 4 ampere current. Some galvanometer shows maximum deflection, let's suppose, at 5 ampere current. Some galvanometer shows maximum deflection, let's suppose, at 10 ampere current. 10 ampere is very, very big amount of current. So remember this thing, every galvanometer has its own resistance, and every galvanometer has its own maximum deflection current. Maximum deflection current means that current on which the galvanometer shows full scale deflection. So write down the definition of maximum deflection current first. Write down maximum deflection current for galvanometer. Write down maximum deflection current for galvanometer. Maximum deflection current for galvanometer. Write down, my dear student, the amount of current on which galvanometer shows full scale deflection. The amount of current on which galvanometer shows full scale deflection, that amount of current is called maximum deflection current. That amount of current is called maximum deflection current. Full stop. Write down next point. Different values of galvanometer has different maximum deflection current. So my dear student, we have a galvanometer whose resistance is G, and I am taking maximum deflection current to be Ig for our galvanometer. So I'll writing here, let Ig is the maximum deflection current of G ohm galvanometer. So my dear student, we have a galvanometer of resistance G, and let's suppose this galvanometer shows maximum deflection at Ig current. Now see my dear student, let's suppose the input current is I. I'm taking input current to be I, which is flowing in this ammeter. So input current is I. I'm writing here input current is I. So let's suppose input current is I. Try to understand. We have a galvanometer whose resistance is G, and let's suppose this galvanometer shows maximum deflection at Ig current. There are two possibilities. It may be possible that this input current is greater than Ig, this input current is less than Ig. Ig is maximum deflection current, which we'll consider for our G ohm resistance galvanometer. I am repeating once again, Ig is maximum deflection current for that galvanometer, which we'll use to make ammeter whose resistance is G. What I'll already tell you about galvanometer, every galvanometer has some value of maximum deflection current. We are considering Ig to be maximum deflection current in our case. So we have a galvanometer whose resistance is G, and this galvanometer shows maximum deflection at Ig current. I am giving some I current to this ammeter, because along with galvanometer, a small value resistor called shunt forms ammeter, my dear student. So I am applying input current whose value is I, and it is possible that galvanometer shows Ig, which is maximum deflection current. It is possible that Ig is less than this input current, or Ig is greater than this input current. So let's, my dear student, if Ig is maximum deflection current for this galvanometer, then if Ig is greater than this I, then it's okay. But if Ig is less than this I, you are giving large amount of current as the amount which shows maximum deflection, my dear student, then galvanometer braked, because this is an electrical device. If you are applying more than its value, more than the value of maximum deflection current, then galvanometer braked, my dear student. Short circuit will be takes place in galvanometer. So for making ammeter, the arrangement is created so that the value of input current is anything, but galvanometer carry only its maximum deflection current, and I am considering Ig to be maximum deflection current. Whatsoever be the value of input current, don't worry. The galvanometer take only that much amount of current on which it shows maximum deflection. So input current is I, Ig will go in galvanometer, rest current, that is I minus Ig, can move through shunt, and again the current becomes I. This is the basically arrangement for making ammeter, that the device is made in such a way that input current, whatsoever the amount of input current is, the galvanometer can take only that much amount of current on which galvanometer shows maximum deflection. Rest amount of current can pass through shunt, and again I current will be formed. So see my dear student, here again we are capable to apply Kirchhoff's law, Kirchhoff's voltage law. So I'll write here by Kirchhoff's voltage law, that is KVL. See, I'm moving like this. The resistance of galvanometer is G. My direction and current direction is same. The current which is flowing in this galvanometer is Ig. So I'll write minus Igg. Then my direction and current direction is opposite. The current which is flowing in shunt, whose resistance is S, is I minus Ig. So I'll write plus I minus Ig into S is equals to 0. Take negative this side. So I minus Ig into S is equals to Igg. So S becomes equals to Igg upon I minus Ig. This is the value of, dear student, shunt, and remember Ig is maximum deflection current in galvanometer. G is resistance of galvanometer. I is input current. So this is all about, my dear student, ammeter. Remember, ammeter is made up of galvanometer. When we can connect a small value resistor called shunt in parallel with galvanometer, the device which forms is called ammeter. And remember, ammeter is an electric measuring device. A good ammeter is those whose resistance is less. Remember this thing, any electrical device which is used to measure electric current must carry less resistance. So what we'll do, we'll decrease the resistance of galvanometer, because galvanometer carry very high resistance. And we are connecting small value resistor in parallel so that net resistance decreases. This small value resistor is called shunt, which is used to make ammeter, and the value of shunt is Igg upon I minus Ig. Ig is maximum deflection current in galvanometer, G is resistance of galvanometer, and I is input current. Maximum deflection current for galvanometer and its resistance is always given in question. So my dear student, I hope you all understand what actually ammeter is. So in next class, we'll discuss about voltmeter and potentiometer. Please make ready each and every concept so that you are capable to connect with next lecture. Till then, my dear student, thank you so much for connecting with us. Stay safe, stay at home, take care, my dear student.